Life sometimes stops you at the crossroads. A voice whispers from the depths of your heart, there must be more. But at the same time, your mind asks, should I set out on the path or should I wait? It is precisely at this point that the same question echoes within everyone. Where is my destined share? Some say, run, chase after it. Others say, it is your fate, it will find you anyway.
So which one is correct? Should we truly seek, or should we sit and wait for it to come?
In this exploration, together we will seek an answer to this ancient question through the perspective of one of the deepest voices of Sufism, Hazrat Ibn Arabi. For he sees destiny not as a fixed fate, but as a journey of discovery. According to him, your allotted portion is not something external to you. It is the unveiling of a truth already hidden within you. If there are things in your life that you have awaited but have not arrived, or if the truths you seek but cannot reach are wearying you, know that this perspective will open a window for you. If you are ready, let us begin walking together now. For the answer to this question will lead you not only to your share but also to yourself. Destiny is often veiled in uncertainty within the human mind. We do not know exactly what is written for us, when it was written, or whether the writing can change. However, Hazrat Ibn Arabi addresses this matter with profound insight. According to him, destiny has two dimensions. One is its aspect fixed with Allah, and the other is its aspect that unfolds with time. In Allah's knowledge, everything has been known since eternity. This is the fixed face of destiny. But this knowledge is hidden from us. We discover it step by step in the river called life. This is the second face of destiny, the destiny that is discovered. When a person encounters an event, that event is not happening for the first time. That event already existed in existence. It is merely that our consciousness becomes aware of it at that moment. This thought shows that destiny is not just something that happens to us. It also has a dimension that opens with us and speaks to us. As we live it, it also transforms us. What we sometimes consider coincidences are actually the timely readings of lines written long ago. Therefore, when an event in your life surprises you, instead of asking why this happened, it is more correct to ask what it is trying to show me. Because destiny is not just an outcome. It is simultaneously a process of revelation. And in this process, what is important is not the fixity of fate, but how you accompany it. For destiny is not just a line coming from the outside. It is a text read from within. How you read it determines how you walk with it. Trust in Allah is often misunderstood. Some mistake it for merely waiting without taking any step, being content with whatever happens, or leaving everything to time. Yet, such waiting is not trust, it is passivity. In Ibn Arabi's approach, trust is not remaining motionless. It means using your will and then entrusting the outcome to Allah. While awaiting their portion, a person can oscillate between two errors. The first is praying without doing anything. The second is trying to control everything and forgetting surrender. True trust is finding balance between these two extremes. Because the responsibility of the servant is not to open the path, but to walk upon the path. The doors that will open belong to Allah, but walking to that door falls upon the servant. Trust does not nullify the will. It makes the will transparent. That is, a person intends, strives, thinks, and clings to means. But in the depths of their heart, they know that the final point of everything is connected to Him. This consciousness is the spirit of trust. It is not about being outwardly inactive, but about being in a state of inner reliance. Otherwise, a person hides their own responsibility behind waiting. Someone who does not take a step, saying my share hasn't come, is actually not waiting for their portion to arrive, but waiting for a miraculous solution. However, destiny often becomes visible on the path of those who take steps. Therefore, trust is not only leaving matters to Allah, but also fulfilling the duty of being a servant. It is both clinging to the means and surrendering the outcome to its owner. And when these two come together, the person creates the ground to meet their destined share. Why does a person seek something? Is it truly because they need it, or because they are drawn towards it? When looked at deeply, behind every search, there is not only a lack, but also a remembrance. There are some things towards which we are not turning for the first time. A feeling of familiarity, as if we have known it before, draws us. This feeling is a sign of the secret connection that destiny establishes with the soul. Ibn Arabi sees the desires arising from within a person not as simple worldly ones, but as reflections of the divine decree within the human. So, if you are turning towards something, it is often because it has also turned towards you. Every search that comes from the heart is the call of destiny resonating within us. Therefore, intention is like the herald of destiny. But for this intention to be genuine, it must be purified from the shadows of the ego, because a search driven by greed obscures the things sought. True intention is intention needed with surrender and clarified with patience. This is what is in harmony with destiny. Seeking something is not just the effort to reach it. It is a state of establishing a frequency with it. And this frequency strengthens or weakens according to the sincerity of the intention. The more authentic you are, the closer you are. Because destiny responds not only to walking feet, but also to hearts that know their direction. Therefore, if you are seeking something, it has a counterpart that already exists within you. The real issue is not finding it in the external world, but first being able to recognize that counterpart within yourself. Because destiny begins not outside, but first in the inner world. And the search is the first key that opens the door to that inner fate. A person is sometimes impatient. A wish sprouts in their hearts. They want it to be realized immediately. They see every delay that places a stone on their path as an obstacle. Yet, in the order of existence, nothing proceeds arbitrarily. Every event, every encounter, every portion has its appointed time, and every forced action taken before its time is like plucking an unripe fruit from the branch. Time is not merely the passage of seconds. It is a divine order set for the unveiling of truth. Everything emerges at the moment it should, in the form it should. A person often realizes this too late. It is thought that something is missing, or that destiny is slow. But what is lacking is patience. What is slow is the perception. According to Ibn Arabi, time is the moment of manifestation of truth. That is, destiny depends not only on where a certain event will be, but also on when. Even if something is written for you, it is wisdom that determines the moment when that writing will be unveiled. A portion that comes before its time either becomes a burden or pulls you away from yourself. The person who conflicts with time also conflicts with destiny. Because fate does not tolerate haste. Things desired with speed often wear out quickly and lose their meaning. True portion, however, arriving in its due time, awakens a feeling of peace within. Because it is not merely an event happening externally. It is a response that touches your inner balance as well. Therefore, when life delays something for you, this is not always a prevention. Sometimes it can be a protection. Perhaps the thing delayed is you preparing. Because sometimes destiny does not wait. It makes you wait so that you may become ready. At that point, what is needed is not compulsion born of impatience, but surrender arising from awareness. Because truth always walks with time, and time accelerates neither according to your desire nor your fear, It flows only according to wisdom. Portion is not only a blessing, it is also a correspondence. Life does not toss a person to random points. Your destiny flows towards the place where your heart resides. Therefore, portion is not merely a result dependent on external conditions. It is a reflection of your inner state. The most fundamental factor determining whether something will come to you is how harmonious you are with it. That is, who is ready for what also determines their portion. You are guided, not towards what you desire, but towards what you are prepared for. Because what is written in your destiny is not what you deserve, but what you can bear. In Ibn Arabi's system of thought, existence is an echo. What is within you finds its counterpart in the external world. Whatever you carry in your heart, what comes to you will resemble it. Therefore, someone who carries states like anger, anxiety, or greed cannot taste a piece of the portion they find, even if they find it, because they are not frequency ready for that portion. At this point, one must ask, are you truly ready, or are you merely enthusiastic? Not everything you turn towards with desire calls you, but everything you prepare for with genuine transformation finds you in time. Because portion is completed not only by arriving, but also by being recognized and preserved. Life sometimes makes you wait, because it knows that what is coming is greater than you are now. Sometimes it swiftly brings you close to something, because it too has a need for you. This mutual attraction operates not only on a physical level, but also on a spiritual level. This is why some people find without seeking. Others strive for years and cannot reach. Because the matter is not merely about wanting. It is about being aware of what, when, and how you are worthy. What one is worthy of always finds a way and finds the person. When the time comes, the place is also determined. Some portions do not come running. They approach silently. Only those who are ready notice it, and only those who are ready can carry the value of what has come. Waiting sounds like a silent action. It seems like standing aside, accepting to pass the time. Yet, in reality, waiting is a process as intense and transformative internally as it is motionless externally. Because a person often waits not only for time, but for themselves. Some people confuse waiting with trust. However, not every waiting is trust. True surrender is not just sitting without doing anything. It is reaching a balance in the inner world, learning to look with wisdom, not with haste. The value of waiting emerges when you know what you are waiting for and why. Otherwise, a person merely wastes time and even misses the portion within themselves. According to Ibn Arabi, time carries not only events, but also a person's inner maturity. Waiting is sometimes an interval where a person rebuilds themselves. Every external silence is a herald of an internal transformation. Because what comes hastily usually remains on the surface, but what is awaited with patience is met with a profound understanding that comes from the depths. It is not easy to understand why some portions are delayed. A person wants it to happen immediately, to attain it right away. But there is one thing they forget. Preparation takes time. Perhaps the portion is ready to come to you, but you are not yet ready for it. Waiting is sometimes for you to bend. Sometimes you need to withdraw in order to rise. And the deepest truth is this: waiting is not just a process. It is also like a mirror. The more patient you are in that mirror, the more faithful you are to your intention, the more you will perceive. Waiting requires patience, not for the outer doors, but for the inner doors. And when those doors open, everything in the external world falls into place. Therefore, the question to be asked is this: are you truly waiting for a portion? Or are you trying to perceive the transformation shown to you within that waiting? Because sometimes the real portion is hidden not in what is to come, but in the waiting that prepares you for it. Some people see destiny as a passenger arriving at a stop they await. as if sitting at one point is enough. The portion comes, knocks on the door, and life changes. However, destiny reveals itself not to those who stand still, but to those who walk. Because fate is not merely a given result, it is an active journey. Walking is not just physical movement, it is choosing a direction. It is turning towards a direction with your heart, your mind, and your intention. The clearer this direction, and the purer your intention, the clearer your meeting with destiny will be. Because portion is not just a result that finds you, it is simultaneously your state shaped towards it. A person sometimes gets tired while waiting, stumbles while seeking, falls into doubt while being patient. It is at that time that this question is asked the most. Have I done enough, or is there still something missing? The answer is often hidden in movement. Because someone who is walking is both on the path and shows that they belong to the path. In Ibn Arabi's system of thought, this state of walking is parallel to a person's inner maturity. True walking is not only the movement of the body, but also the activation of the heart. Sometimes, one step opens more for a person than 1,000 lines of prayer. Because in action there is intention, there is will, there is surrender, and it must not be forgotten. Meeting with destiny is always tied to a moment. But that moment is the moment of those who walk. It is not those who stand still, but those who choose their direction, who see that meeting. That is, your portion meets you on the path you walk. The more consciously you walk, the more deeply you find it. In conclusion, one reaches their portion neither by merely waiting nor by merely running. The real journey is to walk with patience, to turn with trust, and to step with intention. Then destiny speaks with you, silently, deeply, and right on time. Within life, we sometimes try to keep up with events flowing rapidly. At other times, we stop and wait. We grow weary, trying to understand whether the thing we seek is far from us or close. Because the matter of portion is not only about the question of when, but also about the state in which we wait. Perhaps, throughout this exploration, we have been able to touch upon the questions you have been silently asking within yourself. Should we truly seek our portion, or will it find us anyway? At which point should we walk? At which point should we stop? How can we draw the line between waiting with patience and walking with responsibility? The definitive answers to these questions are not outside. They are hidden in the rhythm of the destiny written for you. And that rhythm beats differently in every human, because everyone's portion comes according to the moment they are ready. Every meeting is the fruit of a preparation, and every preparation is the result of an inner journey. As Hazrat Ibn Arabi taught, destiny does not write something for you. You remember what has been written over time. If this content has helped you loosen some knots within you, or simply allowed you to look with a new eye at those questions you feel belong to you, you can share your thoughts in the comments. Because every comment touches another soul embarking on this journey. Your liking and subscribing mean not only the growth of this channel, but also that more people may find light for their own journey. And remember, the portion is sometimes not at the end of the road, but within the first step, provided that your intention is pure, your heart is open, and your direction is profound as you take that step.